and welcome back to another CTR video. So today's video is gonna be an interesting one, as I'll be attempting more death times again, as you can see later on, and yeah, things didn't go exactly as planned. Now the color of the recording is extremely weird, I know, and yeah, hope it doesn't bother you too much. But anyways, this is not the focus of the video. The focus of this video is we are going to attempt the death times. So as I was picking a track, I remember the great Flames Gone had actually attempted Pebbles Pyramid. He didn't actually do too bad, and I kinda wanna know if I can actually do it as well. Now, to be honest, I'm not actually confident that I can actually do it, but yeah, I'll show you what actually happened during my run. So this is the first race of the day. Pretty confident, I must say. I picked speed as usual, and right at the start you can see I kinda panicked and I lost my flame. No worries, we can actually start again, as the first match usually is a warm-up match, and yeah, most of the trouble will happen there. But as you can see, we're at a spiral and I'm having a big trouble with this speed boost, as I should. And yeah, without getting the secret flame from there, this race is pretty much a goner. So I say to myself, it's not a big problem, we can always restart anytime. And boy oh boy, did we restart every time. Yeah, just because of this one spiral, I can't really pass Papu's Pyramid. I've restarted multiple times already. I don't remember it being this hard, but I guess that's what you get for not playing the game for so long. And to be honest with you, my patience was kind of running out at this point. So I plan to blow through this without giving up yet, because I think that I can still do it. So I went for it, and behold, I finally passed the spiral. Not sure what the hell happened there, but I'll take that as a win. But the pace after that was actually pretty damn good. I was actually chasing up with the ghost, albeit the ghost was in front of me, but I think I'm actually closing in, until I rammed the wall and quit the game. So that is actually it for the spiral, and I don't think I'm going back there anytime soon. And it actually got me thinking, I don't want to end this video without completing a death times. What other tracks is actually easier, but not too hard for me to actually complete? And that's when I picked Megamix Mania. To be honest, I'm not sure why I picked this track, even though it is one of the hardest out there, but I guess I did it just for the sake of memory. I remember that I enjoyed this track so damn much that I actually keep playing it over and over again in multiplayer. But yeah, revisiting this is actually might be a good idea, so let's see how this goes. Again, you can immediately see that I botched the first corner, but it doesn't matter, as they always say, the first round is always a warm-up. Head on to the second round, and hey, we actually did not hit the first corner. But for some reason, I chose to miss the speed pad. Of course, we know we can't do anything without that, so that's a restart. Now for the attempt after this, however, we actually did pretty damn well on the first sector. I actually managed to get the blue fire and managed to sustain it until the fan area and did the very nice U-turn here. But unfortunately, I managed to hit the bomb, which was quite unfortunate. I think that I could actually avoided the bomb, but I think I actually panicked there. So yeah, not a big deal, at least we know that we can actually pass that area now with ease. And I was actually right. Immediately after that, I actually managed to pass the bomb, although I do need to take a wider line, but I managed to actually hit the wall there and lose my fire, so that was actually very unfortunate as well. Now if you're actually trying to attempt the death times in this track, do note that the timing in this track is actually very strict. It is not actually a really hard track at all. The only problem is how to be consistent throughout the lap, so that is one thing you need to worry about. But if you're pretty confident and being very consistent on it, you could probably beat the death times in a few tries. Now as you can see here, I didn't really struggle the entire time as much as the first time I did it a few months ago. As I said, the only thing you need to build is basically muscle memory, and after that, just be consistent for 3 laps and the ghost is as good as yours. However, unfortunately, this eventually happened to me.
Nani?
Yeah, stupid things like this will happen occasionally, you just have to accept it. But as you can see, I was actually pretty stunned that this actually happened. I did not actually expect this, and rightfully so, I was actually pretty pissed at this point. But I thought whatever, let's just do it again. Probably my luck isn't with me at this point, and maybe things will be a little bit different afterwards. But eventually that never came. I actually failed a few more times, but this This clip actually sets the cake. Do you know that sometimes that your car just refuses to drift? Unfortunately, this actually happened to me, and yeah, I didn't want to continue up any longer. It was extremely tiring at this point, and yeah, maybe we'll get back to this track once things get a little bit much better for me. However, there's actually more. I refuse to give up at this point. I know for a fact that I can do it, I just need more time. And I want to pick a track that I'm pretty confident in. And going back to my previous experience, Prehistoric Playground is actually one of them. The track is not too easy, and I like the track overall. I just like how things flow, and the death times isn't too hard here. Or so I thought. So yeah, Prehistoric Playground was my third death time attempt in this video. And you probably guessed, things didn't go exactly as planned. Again. Honestly, I'm not too sure what's happening myself. I thought I had every trick in the book to actually beat the death times that I thought it was actually easy, but unfortunately this wasn't the case as well. There's just something about the game that I can't grasp back. I just kept doing silly mistakes like ramming into walls or accidentally airbraking on the ground, which makes me lose my fire, and yeah, things isn't going as well as I want it to be. However, despite all of these failures, I actually did manage to keep going, and on one of the attempts I managed to finish the race, but unfortunately it wasn't close enough to the goals. Tried it again after that, I managed to actually reach all the way to the second lap, but unfortunately fell through because the spiral was a little bit hard to control for me at that point. So again, the third fail, and I kinda just left the game because I'm kinda tired at this point. So kinda felt really frustrated, to be honest, that I'm unable to beat any death times today for you, but I didn't want to drag the video out for too long, so I kinda just want to give myself a little space from that. However, immediately after that, I jumped onto an online race, hoping to win, just to make myself feel a little better, I guess. So I was kinda hoping for a slightly easier map, but unfortunately we got Hyperspaceway. Now we know what a pain this track is, especially on the death times. But hopefully, today's multiplayer match won't be such a pain, especially since we only got 2 players right here. I think we actually might have a pretty good chance. And let's jump into the race, and I remembered not to actually jump here as this is actually triggering the speed boost, and it seems that I did everything right up until I reached the speed boost, because for some reason I kinda forgotten that I have to drift on this really long speed boost here. So unfortunately I actually lost my blue flame here. That doesn't stop me from trying to win a race though, as I've tried to go into the shortcut and it seems to be doing well, and I'm actually pretty fortunate that the enemy is actually not doing that well as well, so I probably still have a chance here. And that's the thing about multiplayer, whenever you lost blue fire or sacred fire, it is not as crucial as losing it in the death times, for example, because chances are you can still make a comeback through weapons or player mistakes. So don't ever lose hope whenever things actually go south. Don't just quit the game, you might still have a running chance of beating them. But back onto the race, I just want to show you that I immediately got flattened on one of the players that I actually lapped, and further on the third lap I did some crucial mistakes as well, which fortunately did not cost me the podium. I still managed to win first place. But hey, the most important thing is, as long as I actually win something today, right? So yeah, that is it for this one. I apologize for not being able to secure a death times win again, but hopefully in exchange for my loss, you are satisfied with the entertainment that this video provides. Do comment down below as well, have you beaten the death times already, or are you rebeating them again like our one and only Womba Lewis? It would be great to see what my community is doing at the moment, and it will be awesome to see what are you up to these days. Crash Team Racing is 2 years plus old already, but hopefully we will get another Crash Bandicoot game, if not sooner or later. And while you're still here, do check out these videos as well, as you might enjoy them just as much as I did in making them. This is the Viper signing off. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay awesome.